Lamar's rage isn't just back, it's boiling. He's been quiet for too long, hiding in the shadows, healing from every blow, betrayal, and loss. But now, he's rising again. And this time, he's not after just control or power. He wants destruction. He wants revenge. And his eyes are locked on B-Mickie, not just to end him, but to tear down everything and everyone he loves. Leaks from BMF Season 4, Episode 9 hint at a return that could change the game forever. Asterisk. Lamar's name still strikes fear in Detroit's underworld. After disappearing from the scene, many thought he was done. Some believed he'd been killed. Others whispered that he fled the city after losing everything. But BMF never truly buries its monsters, and Lamar is proof of that. Episode 9 leaks confirm what fans have feared. Lamar is alive, and he's more dangerous than ever. The leaks suggest that Lamar has been recovering in silence, hiding out with an old associate on the outskirts of town. His mind is sharper now. He's not rushing back for chaos. He's plotting. And what's worse, he's no longer the wild, reckless man we saw in earlier seasons. He's cold, calculated, and focused on one goal: bringing pain to the people who hurt him most. And top of that list, B-Mickie. Why B-Mickie? For Lamar, this isn't just about gang politics anymore. It's personal. He believes B-Mickie betrayed him during the early turf wars. Some leaks even show flashbacks that explain deeper history between them, revealing B-Mickie might have been the one who leaked information that got Lamar shot and left for dead. That betrayal burned a hole in Lamar's mind. And now, he's finally strong enough to do something about it. What makes this return even scarier is how smart Lamar is being. He's not showing up in the streets yelling threats. No, he's moving quietly. He's watching. He's learning who's close to B-Mickie, who's weak, and where the cracks in the crew lie. Some reports claim he's already blackmailing one of B-Mickie's allies, forcing them to leak info about his movements. Others say he's linked up with a rival crew ready to fund his return just to see BMF fall. But it gets darker. One particular leak suggests Lamar isn't planning to go straight for B-Mickie. Instead, he's going to target his loved ones first. A cousin, a girlfriend, even an old friend from the block. Anyone who means something to B-Mickie is now in danger. That kind of revenge shows just how deep Lamar's hate has grown. And if the rumors are true, Episode 9 will end with a chilling warning sent to B-Mickie in the form of a message only Lamar would deliver: bloody, brutal, and personal. This a version of Lamar is something we've never seen before. It's not just street beef anymore. It's war fueled by revenge, and the battlefield is B-Mickie's life. The fans have been waiting to see if Lamar would ever come back. Now that he has, it might be too late for anyone to stop what's coming. Next asterisk, Lamar's hatred for B-Mickie has crossed the line from a street rivalry into something much darker. Personal war that's now turning into a hunt. This isn't just about who runs the corners or who controls the money. It's about payback, humiliation, and pain. The kind that leaves scars deeper than bullets. And from what Episode 9 leaks are showing, Lamar isn't playing around. He's going after B-Mickie with a plan that's as cruel as it is smart. Let's break it down. B-Mickie is no longer the quiet soldier in the background. Over the past 2 seasons, he's made moves, taken lives, and earned his place as a key player in BMF, but with that power came choices. And not all of them were clean. Some of the biggest decisions B-Mickie made involved turning on people, hiding truths from Meech, and making deals that left others bleeding. One of those decisions, according to new leaks, might have been tied to Lamar's downfall land now. That choice is coming back to haunt him. In Episode 9, we'll see Lamar putting that grudge into action. Leaks hint that he's been following B-Mickie's every move for weeks, tracing his routines, tracking his family, even watching the back doors of his safe houses. He knows where B-Mickie eats. He knows where his mother lives. He even knows about the woman B-Mickie's been secretly seeing someone outside the crew, someone innocent. And that's what makes it worse. Lamar doesn't just want to hurt B-Mickie. He wants him to feel fear, to feel helpless. One leak describes a scene where B-Mickie walks into his apartment and finds a message burned into his kitchen wall. tick. Talk alongside a photograph of his girl taken from outside her job. It's not violence yet, but it's a message, a warning, and it sends B-Mickie into panic mode. He starts checking on his family. He starts packing heat wherever he goes, but it's already too late. Lamar's game has already begun, and he's always one step ahead. Another chilling detail. From the leaks shows Lamar sending a package to B-Mickie's childhood home. Inside it, a toy gun, the same kind B-Mickie used to carry when he was a kid, broken, snapped in half. It's not just a threat, it's a twisted symbol. Lamar is saying, I know where you came from. I know who you are, and I'm going to break you. What makes this vendetta feel different is the emotional weight behind it. Lamar isn't just out to kill B-Mickie. He wants to ruin him, to tear apart his world until there's nothing left. And from the way these scenes are described in the leaks, this could become the most personal and brutal storyline of the season. It's not about Cruz anymore. It's about survival. But the biggest question hanging over all of this is, how will B-Mickie respond? Will he take the fight to Lamar? Will he run? Or will he make a move that puts everyone around him in more danger? Episode 9 might give us some answers, but it's clear the days of B-Mickie thinking he's untouchable are over. Lamar has made it personal. And when it's personal, nobody's safe. Asterisk, the streets of Detroit are already on edge. But Lamar's return is about to throw everything into chaos. This isn't just a personal revenge plot anymore. It's turning into a full-scale war that could tear BMF apart from the inside. When you target a key player like B-Mickie and start shaking up his world, the ripple effect doesn't stop there. It hits Meech, it hits the crew, and it hits the business. Episode 9 leaks suggest that Lamar's moves are triggering something much bigger, and blood might be the only way this ends. According to several inside sources, Lamar's threats aren't just whispers anymore, they're action. Word spreads fast in the streets, and rival crews are starting to circle like vultures. They see the tension between B-Mickie and Lamar as an opportunity, a moment of weakness in BMF structure. Lamar knows this, and he's using it to his advantage. One leak reveals that he's been secretly funding small-time gangs to start fights in BMF-controlled areas, just to create distractions. It's messy, smart, and effective. It's not even pulling the trigger himself. He's letting the city bleed for him. Meanwhile, B-Mickie is spiraling. He's paranoid, angry, and starting to slip. The pressure of protecting his family while watching his back every second is beginning to break him. In episode 9, he reportedly lashes out at a member of his own crew during a tense meeting. He accuses someone of leaking his location, and things almost turn violent. This isn't just stress, it's the early signs of division. And in a world like BMF's, division is death. Meech, always the one trying to hold things together, now finds himself in a tough spot. He needs B-Mickie for the work they've built. But he also knows that personal beefs can't interfere with business. And with Lamar stirring the pot, every decision Meech makes becomes a gamble. Should he back B-Mickie and risk the whole crew getting caught in a war? Or should he distance himself to protect what's left of the Empire? The leaks suggest that a major meeting takes place in episode 9, where Meech and his lieutenants debate how to handle Lamar. One side wants to go full force, track Lamar down and put him in the ground. The other side warns that Lamar is too smart now. If they move too fast, he'll disappear again and strike harder. This tension builds throughout the episode, and from what we're hearing, it could lead to a serious fallout between B-Mickie and the rest of the crew. But perhaps the most explosive part of all? A leaked scene shows a drive-by shooting at one of BMF's stash spots. It's quick, brutal, and leaves bodies behind. The camera reportedly lingers on a message spray-painted near the bodies. This is just the start. There's no signature, no face, but everyone knows who sent it, Lamar. And that's when the truth hits. This isn't just personal, it's strategic. Lamar is cutting off their income, their soldiers, their stability, bit by bit. If these leaks are real, episode 9 will be one of the most intense episodes in BMF history. It's where everything begins to crack. Old allies start to question each other. B-Mickie becomes a liability, and Meech is left standing in the middle of a storm, trying to keep control over an empire that's slipping through his fingers? What happens next could decide the future of BMF. Will they go to war on Lamar's level? Or will they collapse from the inside before they even get the chance asterisk as episode 9 inches closer to its final frame? Fans aren't just watching, they're predicting, dissecting, and bracing for something explosive. Lamar's warpath has already shaken BMF to the core, but if these leaks are any sign, we haven't seen the worst yet. The streets are speaking, online forums are heating up, and fan theories are painting a chilling picture of what might be waiting in episode 10. Betrayal, bloodshed, and possibly B-Mickie's final moment. Let's start with one of the biggest theories circulating online. B-Mickie won't survive the season. Too many signs are pointing in that direction. The paranoia, the cracks in loyalty, the emotional weight of protecting his loved ones. All feels like the writers are building toward a fall. Fans believe episode 10 will deliver a scene that mirrors season 1's emotional intensity. It's possibly showing B-Mickie making a desperate final move with her, trying to take Lamar out himself, or sacrificing something huge to protect what's left of his world. Some even think Meech may be forced to turn on him if B-Mickie's presence puts BMF's entire empire in danger. Another wild theory gaining traction is that Lamar has someone inside BMF feeding him information. Reddit and Twitter are full of clues, conversations we've overlooked, quick shots in previous episodes that don't add up. One fan broke down a moment from episode 7 where a crew member is seen texting just before a surprise ambush. It could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. If this insider theory is true, episode 10 could expose a mole within the crew, setting off a twist that fractures BMF from within before Lamar even pulls the trigger. But it's not just about Lamar and B-Mickie anymore. The emotional toll is spreading. Fans are heartbroken over the potential danger B-Mickie's family is facing. A small but powerful theory suggests that episode 10 might open with a funeral, but not B-Mickie's instead. Someone close to him may fall victim first. A cousin, a mother, his new girlfriend. All to send a message. If that happens, the emotional breakdown could fuel a side of B-Mickie we've never seen before broken. Brutal and beyond redemption. On the other side of the spectrum, some fans believe Lamar might not survive episode 10 either. One popular breakdown argues that Lamar's end is near not because BMF is stronger, but because Lamar is becoming unhinged. He's too vengeful, too emotional, and that often leads to mistakes. If Lamar finally crosses a line to far hurting, someone innocent or making a public move, Meech, might call in outside help to put him down once and for all. There's even buzz that a new character might arrive in episode 10 with ties to law enforcement or another gang, giving BMF the edge they need to stop Lamar's rampage. Still, there's one final theory that's haunting every comment thread. Lamar might win, not in the traditional way, not by taking over BMF, but by destroying it from within. If he breaks B-Mickie mentally, ruins Meech's trust in his crew, and leaves the organization paranoid and divided, then maybe that's the real victory. Lamar's revenge isn't about territory, it's about pain, if everyone's bleeding. By the end of episode 10, maybe that was his plan all along, as the season nears its end. Fans are emotionally drained, hyped, and terrified. The leaks, the theories, the tension. It's all building toward a finale that promises to shake everything we know about BMF. Whether it's betrayal, death, or a shocking twist no one saw coming, one thing is clear. Episode 10 won't be about who wins. It'll be about who survives. And for B-Mickie, survival might come at a cost too high to bear. Asterisk when the dust settles after episode 9. It's not just about who pulled the trigger or who made it out alive. It's about what's left behind. Scars. The silence. The power shifts. Because what Lamar is doing isn't just revenge, it's a calculated demolition of everything BMF built. And no matter what happens in episode 10, things will never return to the way they were. The game has changed, the rules are broken, and everyone is standing on shaky ground. One of the biggest consequences. Trust inside BMF is now broken. Even if B-Mickie makes it through this, his loyalty is officially under the microscope. Lamar's relentless targeting of him has forced Meech and the crew to question whether B-Mickie's problems are now too dangerous to carry. Leaks suggest that a major decision is coming in Episode 10. Meech might have to cut ties, either by pushing B-Mickie out of the organization or forcing him into a final act of loyalty, finishing Lamar himself. But what if B-Mickie refuses? What if he's done with the war? Fans speculate that B-Mickie might walk away, completely leave the crew, the life, and the blood behind. There's a leaked scene described as showing B-Mickie standing on a rooftop at sunrise, gripping a gun, and making a choice. Does he kill or does he run? That moment could define the entire series arc for him, redemption or destruction. And then there's Meech, who now finds himself more alone than ever. Between external threats like Lamar and internal cracks within his own family, he's learning the cost of leadership. Episode 9 shows him trying to hold the crew together, but Episode 10 may force him to lead with cold hands. That means sacrifice. That means revenge. That means Meech might finally step into a darker version of himself, one who doesn't just play the game, but owns it with fear. Some leaks even hint that Meech might use Lamar's chaos as a lesson, instead of chasing Lamar through emotion. He might do what Lamar never expected: outsmart him, cut off his support, frame him for a bigger crime, or use law enforcement to take him out without ever getting his hands dirty. If that happens, we might see a whole new chapter for Meech, who's learned not just how to survive war, but how to win it with silence and power. And finally, Lamar himself. Whether he survives or not, his legacy is cemented. He's no longer just a villain or a street legend. He's a ghost in the system. A reminder that pain, if left unchecked, turns into something no one can control. If he dies in Episode 10, he might still win. And if he survives, then the war has only just begun. Some fans believe Lamar might disappear again, letting BMF think they've won, only to return in a later season, stronger and smarter. That kind of ending would flip everything and leave viewers with the chilling thought that true evil doesn't die. It just reloads. So where does this leave BMF as a whole? Shaken, changed, vulnerable? The empire Meech and his brother built is still standing, but it's not the same. New enemies are rising. Old friends are doubting. And the line between brotherhood and betrayal has never been thinner. Lamar's actions in Episode 9 didn't just target B-Mickie. They exposed every weak spot in the foundation. And now, as we head into Episode 10, the question isn't can they stop Lamar? It's, can they survive what he started?